Welcome to District 77's PR Minutes. I'm your current Public Relations Manager, Jessica Silhavi, and I have set this up so that every 2 weeks you will receive some tips and strategies that help you grow and expand your clubs so you are getting what you need to reach President's Distinguished. Each week, I will have a guest that helps share some aspect of something they have been successful at so that you know where you can go. This week, for episode 1, I have the luxury of being able to talk with our very own Distinguished Toastmaster, Program Quality Director, Rontario Hicks. Hi, Ron. Welcome.
Okay, you came back. I'm sorry. What did you say last?
I said, hi, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. And no matter if we have Zoom issues or internet issues or whatever, we continue to move forward. So thank you for having me, Jessica, as our PRM. I am delighted with the work that we're doing in D77, as you have done in your team. So I applaud you for the work that you guys have been doing. And I'm excited to be the Program Quality Director this year as the D77 Program Quality Director. I am just here to serve our members and focus on training while also focusing on our members' education goals.
Yes, I'm very excited to have you as our Program Quality Director. Would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself before we get started into those goals? Tell the members a little bit about you, why you're in Toastmasters, your Toastmasters experience, why you've continued to be in Toastmasters and have chosen to take on higher level roles within the Toastmasters organization.
Sure, Jessica. It's been a pleasure to be in Toastmasters. As Toastmasters, we continue to work to figure out how to be better. I was introduced to Toastmasters originally by one of my mentors as we completed meetings and we did things that were enhancing our growth as public speakers. I noticed that I had a gap in learning how to speak to people in a public forum. I did that, my mentor stated that maybe you need to check out Toastmasters. And naturally, like everybody else, I said, what is Toastmasters? I have no clue what you're talking about. I've never heard of it. And what does that mean? So he told me about a few people that are in our organization, which was the Army Material Command at the time, as I was an Army officer. And as I did that, I kind of observed that person and I said, oh my gosh, they're really fluent and they're really eloquent in their speech. As I looked at it, it made me become more curious about Toastmasters. And as I continued down that journey, I came to the first meeting. And from then on, I would say that I was hooked. Naturally, one, because it was people just like me. Everybody in the room was their first time. They were scared, they were learning, and they were learning more about themselves. Also, I got to see that I wasn't alone. So as anything in Toastmasters, it's a family atmospherics. And we learned that we're not in this alone. We're in this together to become better speakers and better communicators in both our personal and our professional life. Why I do what I do and continued? I got in Toastmasters, one, is just to learn how to be a better speaker and not be nervous as I got up and people have those fears that just like anything in the top 5 things to do in the world are people are scared of. Consistently, public speaking serves in the top 5 things that people are most scared of than death. So as that, I kind of embraced that and said, I will not be the statistic. I will face it head on and learn how to be a better public speaker for myself and for how I interact in my professional life and my personal life. As I moved down that path, I learned a little bit more about Toastmasters and I started to take on officer roles. I didn't say that I always enjoyed the officer roles because they challenged me in a way that I was uncomfortable. But in the same time, I learned something each time I took on a role. As we talked about those things and I continued down my journey, people said, well, you're really naturally good at leadership. And naturally that sits me nicely because I was in the Army. So as I did that I was learning in Toastmasters was definitely beneficial in my personal and professional life. I began to be more comfortable with speaking in the community organizations, but also in professional organizations. And I began to want to speak or even strive to speak in some places where originally I was very uncomfortable. So as we continue down that path, I've just continued to go and to continue to go to up levels and leadership in Toastmasters. And each time that I do something new, it's either I'm over a team, I'm over a person, or I'm over a group, or I'm caveating the group. And we help hone my soft skills as I continue to move throughout the Toastmaster path. As nobody's getting paid, we're just all doing this voluntarily, but I do gain a ton of experience by doing it. And then I take those skills and move it into my professional life, which has served me greatly over time.
Wonderful. And we're glad that you have continued on this path. As you were introducing yourself as Program Quality Director, you mentioned you have some goals set for the district. Could you share a couple of those goals?
Okay, the last word you said, I broke. So sorry about that.
That's fine. I was just asking you to share some of those goals that you mentioned you have for the district.
Okay, sure. I'd be happy to. As we look at the district, District 77 has some membership challenges that we wanted to work through this year. As many Toastmaster clubs, membership is down a little. So that means districts are down a little. So as we look back at our clubs, we want to say, what's our primary objectives? We go back to basics, some of our basic things that we hold dear in virtual and in hybrid and in personal environments, building new clubs and supporting all clubs to achieve success. So that's my primary goal, just making sure that our members are able to achieve success, which means for them, they do the things that they came into Toastmasters to do while also continuing on the path if they want to be in leadership or in other things, we pull that forward. So we want to enhance the low member clubs and make sure that they have quality while they're also building their clubs to be more strong over time and also maintaining our strong clubs. We have some really strong clubs in District 77, but what does that mean by having strong clubs? Also, that means you have a lot of leaders that are up and coming. So making sure that we touch all the members throughout the district to make sure that we're achieving the goals that they want to achieve, because our members are first and foremost. And last but not least, two of my main goals are to build 10 new clubs this year while also increasing our membership bench by 2%. And that's not a hard stretch goal. It's just one of those things that I know we can work toward and we can achieve, but we have to do it together. And then as the PQD, my education goals are to make sure that our members are achieving goals throughout the year, but also we have good educational and training programs, which that's what I'm charged with as your PQD, is to enhance education, learning objectives while also giving you training to reach your objectives. So I want to make sure we do that in a few different ways. So we'll continue to have training throughout the year to show our members ways that we can do those things. Maybe if it's through new member orientation that we do very often every quarter, or by doing education training, but with our area directors and division directors or our presidents, doing those on a monthly basis, and also having a coaches corner, which is extremely powerful, where our coaches work together to every month to talk about different topics they're being challenged with. So hitting all those pulse points to make sure that we're all working together to move forward is the thing that I hold dear this year.
Yes, I like that. And I know I've talked to you before and you've mentioned this before, but your theme is to go back to basics, go to where we began. And that does mean connecting with those members and connecting with members at all levels. We want to help them achieve the success. And I really like that you mentioned that we're going to work on enhancing the low member clubs while still enhancing and supporting the strong clubs too, because we need them both to work together to build that support within our district, because when they work together, more can happen. So beyond that, you had a goal of 10 new clubs, which is a wonderful goal. How can people help you achieve that goal? How can our members help you achieve that goal?
I believe that we've worked together as the club growth director and the program quality director. We work in sync to make sure that we are going toward a few areas. We are highlighting our corporate clubs within the district. And if you're working an organization where you think it would benefit from having a Toastmaster club, definitely contact us. Contact us and say, hey, can you come and do an information brief with our human resources department or our leadership? And we'll be happy to do that. Also, if you're in your community and you have some niche areas, we'll just say you have an engineering organization or a librarian centric organization that kind of caters to certain groups of people, maybe woodworkers, other things, maybe even in your local Rotary Club. As Toastmasters has a partnership with Rotary right now, a Toastmaster Alliance, where they work together. So it's multiple opportunities within our community. If it's the Kiwanis Club, or if it's AUSA for the United States Army Association, where they help soldiers and members throughout the world help take care of our families, or other things. So there's a lot of clubs in the areas, and try to pull out a club. And if your area, or you think that club can have a Toastmaster club and it's beneficial, definitely let us know. And those are some ways that you guys can help us.
Yes, great. And I will put your contact information, if that's okay with you, in the description of this, d77ronhicks@gmail.com, and they can email you with information.
That'd be perfect.
Yes, yes. And your next goal, and I feel that it stacks on top of that, is growing the membership base by 2%. If we build the new clubs, that's one way to build the membership base. And by clubs building themselves, adding new members, that's another way to build the membership base, correct?
Correct. And it's always important as we continue to move forward. Like anything else, something in the bag, or we have a member that's been in the club for 10 years, and it's important to go back to that member and say, thank you for being a member. We really appreciate what you do and the expertise that you bring to Toastmasters over time. So in our thing to grab new clubs, but we also have to make sure we think about our current members and make sure that they feel valued and that they understand their mission inside of District 77, because everybody has a mission, no matter if you're just a regular member or you're in club officer leadership, area leadership, division leadership, or in the district. You are still a valued member, and you have a role to play in the district success. So just making sure every member understands that they have a role in achieving success, and they're instrumental in that success is the thing I want to make sure we drive home.
Agreed. So now we've covered the 10 new clubs, the membership base, and your next portion was about memberships achieving goals, because as program quality director, your focus is education, and we want to make sure the members are achieving their personal goals as well as their education goals. So members achieving goals and having education programs throughout the year to support that. You had mentioned all the different district director, area director, club coaches, presidents. Are there going to be any trainings for members to attend that aren't necessarily in officer positions that can help them?
Sure, there's always some training that goes around for members to learn a little bit more about Toastmasters. As the district, we publicize that we do new member orientation. What the new member orientation is it's primarily a bingo session where we go through what it means to be a Toastmaster and all the things, all the positions in a club, so you understand what role you play in the club as a new member. We also have game nights. So game nights throughout the District 77 are really fun, and there are a lot of goals and things that we put out in those things. We also pass out gifts. So if you come to any of our game nights, we have gifts and we will pass it out to the winners. And naturally, as we do our club game nights, or our district game nights, you will also receive gifts, but you also get to challenge yourself with your Toastmaster acumen. Do you know where your Toastmaster started? Do you understand who started Toastmasters? What things are happening in District 77 that happen throughout time. Who's your past leaders in District 77? A little fun fact about different things throughout Toastmaster history. Do you know when the first Toastmaster magazine was created? So all those things are just fun facts that if you are really a Toastmaster guru and you think you know it all, come to game night. And so we have categories, we have bingo, we have a few other things. And so we want to make sure we challenge you to do your best and come out and support everybody else. So just like in bingo, it's all fun and games until someone yells bingo and then say, I missed out. So make sure you come out, get your chance to have fun with bingo or categories or any other thing that we do in our game nights. And we really applied that people have come out and supported. And I think they've had fun. And I encourage everybody else to come out and do the same.
Yes, yes. And we actually have a question from our audience based on that. Dana Lackey has asked, when is the next game night? I believe it is September 13th. Correct me if I am wrong.
I believe September 13th is our next event. I think you're right.
Okay.
So
I'm trying. Yep. Go ahead.
I would challenge everybody to kind of go in the district calendar and re-look that, because I'm in Facebook Live, so I'm not exactly sure since I don't have the calendar in front of me, but that does sound right. I know that's a Monday, so I do know that portion.
Yes, and as Ron had mentioned, we do have all the game nights listed up on the district calendar. It is toastmaster77.org/calendar. I will post that information in the chat as soon as I get off here so I can go look it up. And I do believe, yes, Dana, they're at 7. Moving on, we've covered our membership and our education, and we have all these great goals. How are we going to be recognizing, or in what ways will we recognize that these goals are being achieved?
So it's funny you said that. Thank you, Jessica, for asking me that question. One of the ways we do is 7 for 7. So there's a club ribbon for 7 for 7. What that means is 7 of your officers were trained at both TLI sessions. So we have right now, we have 6 clubs that are in the running for 7 of 7. And in the next training cycle, which will be in December and January, if all 7 of those members also come to the next training session, they will receive a ribbon for their banner, for their club banner. So that's really great. We're also looking at club exchanges somewhere where we have a club exchange mentor and a club exchange participant. The club exchange participant is a low member club working with the high member club as a club exchange mentor, and they help those clubs work to gain more members in the lower working club. With that, both clubs will achieve a ribbon for their banner. So we're happy to do that also. And then also there's the Covenant Triple Crown credibility that you receive for having 3 educational goals throughout the year. And so Triple Crown is always there. And last but not least, the members. So as we work on members, we're in the Smedley campaign through September the 30th. If you achieve that, TI will send a ribbon at the end of the year. Once they verify all your data, send you a Smedley ribbon for your banner. So there's just a few things that we have in play. We also have some incentives for our area and division directors as they achieve their goals throughout the year. And we're happy to do Facebook boosts for clubs as they kind of do their open houses throughout the year and other things. So we have a ton of things out there on the table for our members, clubs, and our district leaders from the area and division level to take advantage of.
That's great. Those are a lot of great incentives. We are up to 15 minutes in, which is great. We've covered a lot. We have talked about goals. We've talked about incentives. We've talked about membership building. Is there anything else you would like to add to today's live?
Sure. I think that it's important that we are here for all members to understand we're here to serve our members first and foremost. And as you are working through your levels and your pathways in 1 through 5, the members that are in levels 3, 4, and 5, there's some HPL projects in the level 4 and level 5s of your past. And if you do have that, I would challenge you to come and talk to the district and find out if it's something that you could do or if it's something you want to do. Game night arose out of someone wanting to have an HPL and said, hey, I want to do an HPL project. And I said, hey, a game night will be great. Can you do that? Can you facilitate that? So they took that on. The same thing as our new member orientation that goes on quarterly for our new members. It was recognized in some of the surveys that our members did not have a good grasp on how to navigate Toastmasters when they first got in and what that meant. So that came another HPL project that somebody got to do. So as you think of things, if you think of things to help your clubs or help the district, there's always an HPL project out there to do. And a few other things I want to throw out for you. Just kind of keep in mind, save the date, May 5th and 6th is our district conference next year. So it's 2022. Make sure you mark your calendars. It'll be in Huntsville. It'll be in a hybrid environment. So we'll have in-person and online support as we do that. And then also as we look at the district conference, there's our covenant speech contest that'll be coming up. So make sure that you are looking at international and tall tales as our 2 categories. And so we look forward to seeing people do speeches in tall tales, as that's always fun. And then always the regular international speech to take you on to the international level in Denver or wherever we're doing the conference at this year, or where if it's hybrid. And last but not least, if you want to be a part of the action and not just be a regular member, definitely come forward. We have opportunities for club coaches, club mentors, club sponsors. So we have tons of opportunities for people that just want to be involved at another level beyond your club. And in a virtual environment, I encourage you, go visit another club. You'll be surprised with what you see by just seeing the atmospherics in another club. As every club has a different culture, go out and enjoy it as we're in a virtual environment. So with that, that's what I have, Jessica, currently.
Yes. Well, thank you for being with us today, Ron. We have a lot of information out there, a lot of great ideas and ways to support your club and maybe even support your area and community with growing new clubs. I want to thank you for being with us today. And before we close out, I do want to take a point at our virtual backgrounds. It's the 2021 virtual convention with Toastmasters International. It starts this Monday or this next week, but there's still time to register. Just go to toastmasters.org and you will find the registration information right there on the first page. It's a great time for new members and longtime members. Join it, have fun. It is online this year. And there's a lot of free opportunities to watch different things and learn different things as well. This is going to be the end of our District 77's PR Minute, our first one. We have more to come in 2 weeks. There will be another